I'm Stan Brock, your guide on Expedition Danger. This exciting adventure, Jungle Justice, features hand-to-hand combat with the evil destroyers of endangered wildlife. Roundup Day on any ranch in any part of the world has a similar blood-pounding, heady excitement. But here on the immense Paraíso Ranch in Brazil, the excitement is intensified tenfold. Even the veteran vaqueros are infused with a special Roundup fever. Myself and the other members of the expedition team pitch in and lend a hand. There are over 35,000 head of cattle on the ranch, so everyone is needed. I haven't seen this many cattle all in one place since I was a cowboy on the vast Dadanau Ranch of northern Brazil. They're all here. Longhorns, zebu, humpback Brahmins, the lot. Nadia's right at home here on the Paraíso. We all are, for that matter. The feeling is exhilarating. The branding's about to begin. Arlindo waits for the first calf. The vaquero expertly drops his rawhide rope over the calf's neck. Peter moves in on the reluctant calf. The battle begins. Whoops! Better watch out, Peter. Not quite as easy as it looks, huh? Arlindo takes the hot iron and skillfully brands the young calf. Move along there, little doggy. Back to the safety and security of the herd. Nadia wants to wrestle one of the steers. Not exactly a gargantuan, but the principle's the same. Not bad, Nadia. With the roundup and branding continuing under the watchful eye of the vaqueros, I decide that this might be a good time to scout around and check for strays. Those that got away during the cattle drive into the clearing. Most of these big ranches miss about 10% of their herd every year during the roundup. Quite large groups frequently hide in thick brush when they hear the cowboys approaching. Cattle are very intelligent creatures, and they don't particularly enjoy the roundup. Nadia and Pete come along to help search. Hold it 1 minute. Who's that? He doesn't look like one of our cowboys, but that looks like one of our cattle. I don't know what this fellow is up to, but I think he's pointing his gun. Suddenly, the stranger opens fire, and the bullets fly past us. Nadia goes for help. Peter and I give chase. The stranger's obviously a rustler. He cuts his lariat loose and heads out across the plains with Peter and I in close pursuit. All of a sudden, the thought hits me. If the rustler ever finds out we don't have guns, we're both in a lot of trouble. This guy is pretty good on a horse. We're having a tough time gaining on him. headed for the trees. We'd better catch him now. It might not be easy once he gets in there. Ah, we've lost him. He knows the territory, that's for sure. Where there's one rustler, it's a safe bet there are more. And they probably have a lot more on their minds than a few stray cattle. We're going to have to find them and put them out of business. We can cover more ground in the plain. I tell Nadia to take the horses and head back for the ranch. I want her to stay near the radio and wait for my call. Peter is going to come rustler hunting with me. Concerned Nadia watches as we take off. We fly over the area, skimming the treetops for a glimpse of the rustlers. So far, we haven't seen the rustler. Hopefully, we'll spot him soon. Or it may be too late. It's starting to get dark. I must say nothing much has changed since I was a cowboy in Brazil. Rustling is still a major problem. The country is so vast it's impossible to police the territory. I remember how we could lose 1,000 head of cattle to rustlers and not even notice that they were gone. The range where I worked covered 4,000 square miles without a fence line. While you were chasing one group of bandits, another group was running off with the rest of the herd. Peter sees him. He appears just below us, galloping furiously out of the tall cover. We move in closer, just to put a scare into him. He sees us. His time is up. I want that criminal under lock and key. I try to raise Nadia at the base radio. She tunes us in. I radio Nadia our location. There's not much we can do at the moment, except stick on his tail if we can and see where he's headed. Okay, Nadia, stand by. I knew it. The outskirts of a village, and the rustlers heading straight for it. We may have stumbled onto something. This chap may be part of a gang, possibly the same one we've been looking for months. Part of an international ring suspected of not only cattle theft, but also the illegal trafficking in endangered species. I get Nadia back on the radio to give her our new location, and a few other instructions that may just help to trip up these crafty bandits. We form a plan, but it's not going to be easy. There's no telling who in the village is part of the gang.